What's good, everybody? It's Andrew coming back at you with another episode of the Jaguar podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to be discussing the 2021 season and really it being a rebuild. So let's get into it. Before we start, as always, hit that red subscribe button if you want to support the channel and hit that bell icon if you want updates on latest content. Okay, getting into it. The 2021 season. It will be a rebuild, guys. I know you want to see wins. I know we're excited about Urban Meyer, but I just want to level set because there are a lot of hurdles that we have to jump over this season. We have a new head coach who has never coached in the NFL. Urban Meyer has a great track record in college and a great record. I mean, I think he's like third highest winning percentage for a college coach. I mean, he's done great things in Florida, great things at Ohio State and Utah, and just everywhere he's been. He seems to have just a enormously successful track record. But he's never coached the NFL, and there's been coaches like that, like, Nick Saban, Steve Spurrier, Butch Jones. I mean, the list goes on, and it's going to be a learning curve for him. I think he's got a seasoned staff around him. I mean, he's got Brian Schottenheimer, he's got Darrell Bevell, who has a lot of experience. He's got Joe Cullen, but, Joe Cullen, since we're talking about him, he's never been a defensive coordinator before. He's been a defensive line coach. He was actually in Jacksonville in 2010 with Jack Del Rio when he was the head coach. He did a great job there. He went to the Baltimore Ravens, did a really good job there too. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but there are a lot of hurdles. I mean, when you look at the schedule too, it's a tough schedule. I think we play 5 playoff teams. We play the LA Rams, Buffalo Bills, Seattle Seahawks, the Tennessee Titans, and then Indianapolis. I mean, this is no kind of cakewalk AFC South division, and the schedule is not easy. And some of those other teams that we have there, like San Francisco, New England, they're not going to be, cakewalks either. I mean, they still have good teams. Cincinnati's got a good team. You got Joe Burrow had a pretty decent draft too. So I don't think any of these teams can really be slept on, in this, or for this upcoming season rather. And then you have to look at the team as a whole last year. I mean, it's a 1-15, team, just really a bad year, to say the least. I mean, it got us Trevor Lawrence, but it was a rough season. The defense was really bad. I think the defense was ranked 31st, second to last in team defense. And that's just not good. I mean, the defense, it's going to have to come a long way, and lots of improvements there. I think we brought in a lot of free agents in the, defensive line, Roy Robinson Harris, Jihad Ward. We got Malcolm Brown. So a lot of, defensive linemen that'll help, give our linebackers some freedom out there. Give, Joe Schobert and Miles Jack, hopefully let them, give them some breathing room, let them go in there and make plays. The secondary has also been really bad. We brought in Shaq Griffin, so I think that's going to be an improvement, hopefully. We have C.J. Henderson, and then we had a good draft, picked up Tyson Campbell, got Andre Sisco, so then brought in Rashawn Jenkins. So the secondary is beefed up, hopefully plays a lot better this season. But I'm telling you, man, with Julio Jones being picked up by the Titans, it's going to be an interesting season. I think we're going to be contenders. I think we could probably fight for the second or third spot, possibly. I mean, I'm going to say I'm gonna go conservative here and say that maybe we win 6 games this year. But who knows what happens? I mean, you got to look at this team last year, which I think was an undisciplined football team. You look at the penalties. We gave up over 1,000 yards in penalties last season. That's bad, guys. I mean, that's just really bad. So, I mean, this team has a lot of hurdles to jump over. Yeah, but we'll see what happens, man. I want to stay positive because, I'm just being real. I'm not going to give you guys any BS takes. This is really my opinion on things, and I want to be realistic. I'm not going to sell you guys, but I think there's a lot of things to be excited for. The offense looks great, man. I mean, we even with Gardner Minshew or Trevor Lawrence, whoever the starter is. I mean, we have Travis Etienne, we have James Robinson. We have a wide receiver core that looks pretty badass. We have Marvin Jones Jr. We got Laviska Shenault, DJ Chark, Colin Johnson. I mean, so many weapons to put around our quarterback and our offense. And I think it's going to be awesome. I think that really the weak link, for Jacksonville, and really I would say more towards the offense or offensive side of the ball, is the tight end in the offensive line, more the left side of the offensive line, left tackle and left guard, and that being Cam Robinson and excuse me, Andrew Norwell. And I think that's concerning because you have Trevor Lawrence, who's had who's coming off a torn labrum surgery, and then you have him having some injury trouble potentially with, like I said in a previous episode, with a hamstring. I'm just worried him getting exposed, maybe taking a really tough hit there, and then us losing him, maybe potentially pulling a Joe Burrow or something, God forbid. But Cam Robinson really needs to step up and have a good season. Same with Andrew Norwell. Offensive line has to step up and play well. I mean, and this is an offensive line that hasn't played well, guys. I mean, in 2019 they were 26th. And then in 2020, they were 22. I mean, a marginal improvement, but I mean, they have to play better. They're not even in the top 20 for offensive lines. So that's not good. But let me know how you guys feel about the upcoming season. Do you think it's going to rebuild, or I think it's going to be a rebuild rather? Or do you see the Jags, I don't know, being contenders and maybe winning a wild card spot? Let me know how you feel. Leave me a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. Subscribe to the channel as always, guys. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time. Duval! What's up, everybody? It's Andrew from the Jaguar Podcast. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, there's more content over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as always. And remember, this is a podcast, so you can find this pretty much wherever you find podcasts. There I'll be doing interviews of current and former Jaguars players, including Joe Schobert, DeJuan Smoot, Shaq Quarterman, etc. And I also do interviews of former Jaguars players, including Natron Means, Jimmy Smith, Tom McManus, etc. So be sure to check out the podcast, subscribe to it, stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, go Jags, and I'll see you next time.